Now we go dark here. I'm going to try and aim for his stern here, actually. Try and hit the unsaturated section. This is how you can get 5,000. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, welcome back to World of Warships. Today we're playing the Grozovoi because you wanted to see that last time. Yes, this is ship request. As always with this series, comment down below this video whatever ship you want to see next time. Most upvoted is what I will be playing. And with Grozovoi, we can play it with its legendary upgrade as well. It's very, very powerful that way with its main guns, although it does nerf our torpedo reload time, which isn't terribly big deal, but it's still a downside here that we should talk about. 12-kilometer torps, all right damage and all right speed. They're not bad torps at all, especially for these Soviet DDs. Oftentimes, they have pretty poor torpedoes. These are decent. Grozovoi is more of a hybrid ship, hybrid destroyer, rather than like Delny, Khaba being the pure gunboat style, I would say. These guns, though, are excellent. DPM falls behind things like Cassard that we looked at last week, even Gearing, Holland, of course, behind Marceau, things like that. But what we get instead is very high fire chance and amazing shell velocity. So it allows us to farm really comfortably from those longer ranges. Notice we have an absolute ton of consumables at our disposal here. Should help us to stay alive, especially having a heal. Absolutely love having a heal on any ship, especially on destroyers. 6-kilometer detect too. Here's the build that I'm going to be starting with. We are lacking some DPM upgrades here, but the extra range should be nice to farm in these passive games that we have these days. And the one last thing before we jump into a game. Do you want to see a bug? Yes, what is this? Should we run this camo? I mean, hopefully on the opponent's screen it wouldn't show up like this. I really hope not. Maybe it's just a port bug. We will not be abusing that today, but very funny. Wargaming, could we take a look at that, please? So to start things off, yes, this 6-kilometer concealment is absolutely amazing for contesting caps. We got ourselves an up tier 1 super destroyer we're gonna have to worry about. Our close range DPM is not amazing relative to, say, Gearing, but some of these other ships are mostly going to be Torp boats, so we can play a little bit more aggressive here. No carrier is really, really nice for us, obviously, as well, but not a lot of battleships to farm in this one. This is a situation where I would much prefer to run a more close range DPM build. Oh my goodness, what is this? Jaeger Torps, I guess. Nice RPF Torps, I guess. Unfortunate for us. It happens, it happens. I was not paying attention to where he could have been. We're a bit clumsy. That's actually a really nice way to illustrate that. This is a large ship. It does not have the best turning radius either. Yeah, there's that Jaeger. And since he's radared by Worcester right now, let's see if we can do some damage. Very easy to lead these guns. Very, very easy. So if you're playing something like Gearing, it's just no contest here. Look at just how easy it is to hit this guy. The shells do good damage as well. Pretty solid. In fact, it's so good that we are unable to hit this guy because of the island. Whoops. My mistake. Might have been able to finish this guy off, actually, had I not done that. But torpedoes. That's what I was worried about, by the way. That's why I was turning in. Or rather, reversing a little bit here. But what we can do now is get a little bit brave. Set our smoke here. And this Soyuz is going to turn out in front of us by the looks of it. And we can send some torps for him. We'll also try and light a bunch of fires because our fire chance is crazy on this ship. It is absolutely wild to have like a 9% fire chance on a DD. But we can also showcase the armor piercing. We aim for his bow because that's not saturated at the moment. And look at the damage. Oh, wait. Hold for the damage. Okay, maybe that was a bad idea. Still. Torpedoes! Give me the... Oh, no dev strike for us. It's sad. Although it's not that sad. We're on 100k damage already. It's been like 4 minutes of this battle. Insane start. Grozovoi's got a little bit of everything if we can use the IGN meme. It's got a little something for everyone. This ship is absolutely amazing. If you're someone who wants to play a gunboat, but you still want to have torp power, you still want to have decent detect to go for these caps. Okay, that's for the Azuma. Grozovoi is really, really good still. It doesn't need this legendary upgrade to be amazing, by the way, either. You get better torps because you don't have to deal with that penalty. And it's really only a 6% reload buff that we're gaining from the legendary upgrade over just standard DPM mod. So not required by any means. But it is still very nice if you want to run the full gunboat playstyle. Much better into games with more battleships at longer ranges, I would say. That would be where generally this one would shine. This build at least would shine over over more of the close range one. Maybe we can do some of that afterwards too. Not that we've had a great opportunity to actually showcase our range in this one yet. Oh my goodness. I am almost eating more torps. Holy. Wow, more torps. We are having to dodge a lot of torps here. I'm happy we've only eaten one, honestly. There we go. Now we're spotted. By who? Okay. I might actually just smoke here. Hopefully this Johan is still going to stay lit, because I'd love to farm him out. Typically, these Dutch cruisers, especially the Guden line, they take really long fires. So if we can land a few perma-fires on them, that's actually going to get us a lot of good damage. And again, aiming for superstructure. Hello, Gearing. Yeah, look at the difference in our shell velocity. Oh no. He has more DPM though, right? Like he's got better DPM than we do. But effective DPM, right? That's the thing we talk about sometimes. And just the ability to hit your targets so easily. And our fire chance being almost double. These are gonna hurt. Yeah. I think that's Shimatorp or Yamagiri. Actually, is that Gearing? That might be Gearing Torp. Tricky. Lot of Torp soup this game. I might not be playing my absolute best here for dodging the torpedoes and trying to mitigate that damage, but also it's a clumsy ship. I think that's worth pointing out too. What are these gaps? Oh, please. Prop mod. Engine boost. Okay, there we go. Wow. All right, they want me dead. It's scary. Svea radar is not in range yet. And I didn't really use the extra range in this game, so maybe it would be fine to not run that. And we get a lot of DPM bonus if we don't run that. It's 4 points. 4 points is a lot, guys. And I keep forgetting, I actually do have 12-kilometer torpedoes here. So we should try to make use of those if we can. Sitting in the smoke means we don't have much spotting here right now. Bit of a problem, of course. So let's try and help our team by spotting. And we'll send a couple torps like that. So Gearing can farm. We can't right now. I suppose we could. We got enough HP. We got another heal coming. This guy... He damage con. Okay, so I'm going to wait and actually not shoot him yet. You can do this. You're much more effective DPM if you wait until his damage control has run out. And now any fire that we get on this guy is going to be permanent. So then that's going to net us a ton of damage. Battleships can eat a ton of fire damage. Yeah, instantly. Wow, that is pretty nice. Oh, we need to help on that, though. We definitely need to help on that. Turret traverse, please. Although I think our Gearing is unfortunately going to go down. Indeed, he does. Ouch. And our Torps missed. No, that's so sad. One heal and one smoke left. This is pretty awkward. And the gearing guns do hurt when they hit. Look at that. That was almost 3,000 damage. Ouch. Probably should have used my smoke instead of my heal, honestly. That was the mistake there. That was a smoke play, not a heal play. Too bad. Looks like they're pushing me, and I'm very much on my own. And is it the gearing out of his smoke, or is it the Jaeger coming back? That's also the question. Tricky. Very, very tricky here in the middle. We've done a decent job so far. I'm waiting for my Torps to come back. Hopefully we can get some decent hits on this Njord. I don't want to push any further this way. I would put myself in front of this island, right? We talk about that a lot too, where we don't want to be putting ourselves in situations where we can't maneuver. We get very predictable then, and then of course we take a lot more damage that way too. Colombo v Monty. And I think I dodged this one too. 12-kilometer torps are nice. A lot of the time you find 10-kilometer torps. That extra couple kilometers gives you time to get out of range, right? It's really good. Maybe I should have been trying to reset. For now, though, I think we'll wait, hope those torps land, and then we'll push this gearing. That'll be my play here. And looks like those are going to land. So we can get a little more aggressive here. And 1 kill, please. Yeah. All right, nice. We'll use our last engine boost. Only 2 consumables base, by the way. Kind of interesting, that. Yeah, I wish I had my heal, not my smoke right now. Misplay to not use my... I used the wrong consumable there. Even with legendary upgrade, look at our... Look at our Torps here, doing some excellent work. We'll avoid that one. Now, caught against a gearing bow on at close range means he does have a DPM advantage. Although, given how close he spotted me, I wonder if he's legendary upgrade, which massively reduces power. Don't have Torps, please. Ah, he had Torps still. Nice work, man. 167, that's all right. I think I probably should have slowed down at that in that engagement, or been more aggressive to use my back turret. That probably would have finished him off before he got those Torps off. Either way, still a very nice first Grozovoi game. Again, I haven't played this ship in years. It's very strong if I could just not touch it for so long and have a game like this one. Oh my goodness. And that's gonna do it. Unfortunate to lose one like that, but that's still just an excellent game. And very close, too. I always talk about this. Close games are my favorite. My decision making there, I could have done a few things differently, and I probably win against that gearing. And then I'm free to contest caps, and given how few enemy ships and friendly ships were there, I probably could have carried that game out if I just played a little bit better. And that's what I love about close games and matches like this, where your decision making is actually important. You can look back, realize you did something wrong, and do it differently next time and improve. That's what I love about destroyers in particular. It's very clear that you did something wrong because there's not a lot of RNG involved in these things. It's very skill based. So I've given up range mod in this one in favor of 5% gun reload and an extra 1% fire chance. So even higher DPM here. And that matches with our really, really nice Torp range. So they kind of mirror one another. It's really, really nice that way. Our AA used to be amazing, actually. When Grozovoi got released back in the RTS carrier days, this AA was absolutely incredible. You would absolutely torch aircraft. Now, though, as we can see, not so much. I'm not using my D-Fire, though, right now, so perhaps that is my fault. Yeah. Surprised the carrier went after us there, but hey, it happens. Can we shoot all of these down before he gets another drop-off? That would be really nice. Please. My D-Fire's up, game. Reverse. I'm going to agree to not use my engine boost. Yeah, all right, there we go. And now we'll turn our AA off. See, I didn't want to push around this corner and have to dodge some more because I knew there would be shots coming in from this angle. We see a problem, though. First game, we didn't have to deal with that. Now, suddenly we do. And that's where range mod comes in play as well. Notice Preußen, Richelieu, Shikishima, they're all pretty far away. And it's hard to get close because I'm putting myself out there. You know, you're leaving the herd, the clump of your teammates when you do this. So not the easiest, actually. And in fact, this carrier is coming after us again. So I'm going to preemptively smoke. We're not going to turn our AA on, as well as we're going to move in our smoke screen too here. So brutal, brutal, brutal waste of smoke here. We only have 3 of these total. Sucks. It really sucks. Maybe if he's going away, we'll turn our AA on if he's going to go after our teammates. But you see the problem with having carriers around, and it's a tier 8, right? It's not even one of the bad ones at tier 10 or even super carriers. You know, it's really unfortunate how Wargaming's handled carriers in this game. Subs too. I talk about this a lot. I apologize. I really do. But look at how different I have to play. And there's not counterplay here. I talked about that in the end of last game, how I loved how there's something I can do differently. In this case, what I should have done differently this game is actually gone over here. Not get close to the cap. I should have just gone and clumped up with my Brisbane AA. At least while the carrier is so aggressive here for the middle of the map. It's hard. It's really hard, man. It's really hard. Yeah, like he's just here. This is why, like, we're not turning our AA on because I know he's gonna blind drop me. People like this will just blind drop you. So nothing I can do here. Nothing I can do here. And I don't even think this is a case of CPQ shoot PQ, as this is a press account that I'm constantly renaming. And hidden stats, not in a clan. This is as anonymous as it can get without Wargaming officially adding an anonymizer. So this is just carriers playing against destroyers. They focus you like this. And it's brutal. It's not a fun experience. And Wargaming doesn't do anything about it. All right, we have a Takahashi middle. This is also why I pulled back. We're traveling to our Brisbane AA bubble here, but also we didn't want to get rushed by a cruiser here either. We're playing passive. We're playing back. Enemy team's playing passive and back, clumped up too. It's tough. Tough out here, man. Maybe I got a bit of an outlier game at the start. Bugsy hadn't flipped the switch that removed all the fun yet. We got one at least. I'm glad. All right, I think we have an opportunity to go for the cap here. This Takahashi is in an interesting position, but he's low enough now that I think we can take him. Bit of a yoink perhaps here, I apologize, but we got to take him out. Our Libertad's going down here, so we got to get the cap. And I think I'm willing to burn a smoke to get this cap too, unless we can make it across this gap. That way these battleships won't be able to fire at us if we get plane spotted. Don't foresee myself needing those anytime soon. Ooh, we're lit here. Briefly. What does that mean? That means the DD is here, probably. If we were lit for longer, they should have been up here. Oh, no, they are up here still. Okay. Plane spotting. See, it gave me that information for free. It's a complete game changer. It's so oppressive. I'm sorry to keep bringing it up because it's just, it changes the entire match, man, in a very negative way, in my opinion. I think it's indisputable that it changes the match. For me, I think it's, my opinion is it's in a very negative way here. Also, this engagement is just, there's no engagement for me, right? It's just, if he clicks on me well, then I lose a ton of damage like that. And if, like that is just damage that is essentially ripped off my ship for free at the start of the game. I may as well not spawn with that HP at this point, you know? It's so painful for someone like me who loves the surface ship combat in this game to deal with this. Because it essentially means I don't get to play my favorite game. And that's really sad. Okay, we definitely smoke though, because you know he's just gonna go after us. We do have a Brisbane pretty close by. Look at this guy, man. Look at these people. Like, it's a blind drop. I mean, what else do I have to say? That this is the way wargaming incentivizes people to play carriers. They incentivize them to go after one target over and over and over again until it's dead, and then move on to the next one. It's not. It doesn't feel particularly fair. I think is what it comes down to. It really, really sucks to play against it. Because there's not counterplay. There's not a balance of power. It's not a PvP engagement. You know, and he's just gonna blind drop us. Look at this Richelieu here for free. Like, I know he's not particularly close to caps and not a priority target, but look at this guy. This is insane behavior. You know? There's a Brisbane here too. Like, I'm surprised he's able to do this. Very surprised. Chikushima gonna stay there or not? Nice. Chikushima goes back, then let's torp for it. And I'm gonna turn my A off because I don't want to get blind dropped right now. No, he's not gonna go back. All right. It appears we are not getting blind dropped, so let's see the AP into his upper belt, actually. This is a really good example. Look at that. 3,500. 2.5. That's amazing damage. That's incredible damage. Yes, 3,600 again. Huge. All right, we gotta remember, we do have another smoke. Now we go dark here. I'm gonna try and aim for his stern here, actually. Try and hit the unsaturated section. This is how you can get 5,000. Oh my goodness. This is how you can sneak a little bit extra damage out of some of your salvos. And since this game is pretty much over, there's not really much point in me holding my my smoke screen right now. So let's help our Brisbane friend out here. This is not the best DD for team play, obviously. Something like a gearing is just so much better, but it can work still. And we got so much HP that for now it's not a huge deal if we do take some damage. This AP damage is so nice though. Look at this. Definitely want to be using both HE and AP on this one. Most ships that's the case, but Grozovoi AP is just really nice. Poor Kitakazi's having a rough time of it with the carrier here. Let's try there. We'll try and angle our best, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of damage, unfortunately. Hurts, guys. It hurts. That needs to die. Finish him, guys. We got this. Oh no, he goes dark. How sad is that? That's very unfortunate. We got a torp hit though. Very nice. Too bad this Kitakazi smoked here. I mean, I understand he's so low, but yeah, here comes the carrier planes again for us. Oh, it's miserable. I wish I could pay money to not ever face carriers ever again. So desperately. I really wish there was an extra subscription wargaming. I will pay money. I will pay more money to never ever have to worry about them ever again. Oh my goodness, ouch. It's painful. All right, well, at least the battleship gets us. We didn't die to the loser carrier. It makes me just not want to play. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm complaining about this constantly. But it just makes me not want to play. Because the other guy controls the entire engagement. There's no counterplay for me. I don't know if you had this experience as a kid, but if you're on a playground and there was that one rich kid whose parents had so much control over like the school board or whatever, weren't there like different rules when playing tag or different stuff at recess on the playground? There were just different rules for playing with that kid versus everyone else. You had to go easy. If they said they weren't tagged, then they weren't tagged. It was different. And that's what I think this is, right? I think carriers just have that extra little bit of privilege from the developers that we can't touch them, we can't engage with them unless they thoroughly mess up and get close to the battle, like this guy did for some reason. But if a carrier is played properly, there is no touching him ever. And he gets to send strike after strike after strike, and there's nothing you can do about it other than run away and clump up in a ball. Which to me is just the exact opposite of what this game tries to display itself as. Have you seen the marketing for this game? It's all about close range, brawling, guns, torps, action. And carriers thoroughly ruin that. And the only counterplay is to run away and clump up, which is incredibly frustrating for me. And yeah, like, look at this. He was still sending out full squads, even a tier 8, sending squad after squad after squad into Brisbane Groz AA. It's so depressing, guys. I'm sorry. It is so depressing. And they'll never fix it, though, either, unfortunately. The developers just do not care to listen to any of us. As a CC, as a community member, as anyone, they do not care. You know what? No. I'm sitting in queue for this long. I actually just don't want to play anymore today. I was going to play one more for you guys. I'm sorry. They gave me a minute to just sit and think about it with carriers potentially in my game again. I apologize. We're going to cut the video here. I just don't want to play anymore today. I'm sorry. I truly am sorry, because I know this is not that entertaining or fun for those of you that just want to watch a fun, entertaining video, to just hear someone whine and complain constantly about the same thing for years. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. It's not the kind of content that I want to watch or make. But that is my true legitimate thoughts as we're playing. And I guess that's one of the good things about this series, right? Like, we get some live commentary stuff as I go into it with ships that you guys pick with ship request. As always, comment down below whatever you want to see next time. Most upvoted, that's what I will be playing. And as a quick aside, it's not just wargaming. Have you guys seen what Nintendo's done with Mario Kart World and their online races there? I think it's just a general rule that developers do not listen to their player base, unfortunately. And on that depressing note, I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.